It's Christmas Eve. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be sacred and all that right now, but it's Christmas Eve. Okay, and I'm making angels. Tonight we come together to not only celebrate the acknowledged birth of one child so long ago, tonight we celebrate our own birthday, if you will, as we open to the Christ light within each of us. In our religious science faith, we believe that what happened over 2,000 years ago occurs every glorious moment that we call and know as now. This is why at this time of year we can claim it as our very special Christmas present. Through metaphysical interpretations, the familiar story of the Nativity will take on new meaning tonight. You will hear passages from the Lamsa Bible. This was the official Bible in the region where it was written in the original Aramaic text that was used in Jesus' life and culture. Together we will also share beautiful music and carols that will deepen our experience. Let us begin our festivities with an opening invocation, and I will bring up Reverend Terry Lurch.
Good evening. Please join with me. On this glorious day, there is only one, and I call that one God, but he is known by many names. And tonight we celebrate the birth of the Christ Spirit within each of us. And as we enjoy this evening, the music, the words, the teaching, know with me that we all embody this message. We all embody the light of Christ, and we shine it brightly throughout this year. And with gratitude and appreciation, I release this and let it go, and we say together, and so it is. Please stand and join us for the first congregational song, O Come All Ye Faithful. You have the words on your program.
Please be seated. In religious science, we honor all paths to God, and so tonight I want to quote from Paramahansa Yogananda, and these are the words that he wrote about the Christmas season. The real celebration of Christmas is the realization within ourselves of the Christ consciousness. It is of the utmost importance to every man, whatever his religion, that he experience within himself the birth of the universal Christ. As a non-denominational faith, we in religious science honor all paths to God, which allows that for each of us, no matter what our holiday tradition may have been, whether it be Hanukkah or Christmas or solstice or Kwanzaa. To experience the significance of this holy season is the inspiration for our candlelight service this evening.
Oh, tell it on the mountain. Oh, tell it in the valley that my Jesus, my blessed Jesus Christ is born. Jesus is born. Tell it on the mountain.
And it happened in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus to take a census of all the people of his empire. Joseph also went up from Nazareth, a city of Galilee, to Bethlehem, because he was of the family of David, with his purchased bride, Mary, while she was with child, that her days to be delivered were filled. And she gave birth to their firstborn son, and she wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in the manger, because they had no room where they were lodging. From the Lambda Bible, Luke 2:1-7.
There once was a man who wrote no books, composed no songs, drew no pictures, carved no statues, amassed no fortune, commanded no army, ruled no nation, and yet he who never wrote a line has been made the hero of unnumbered volumes. He who never wrote a song has music put into the hearts of nameless multitudes. He that we know as Jesus the Christ. Jesus the Christ was actually born as Jesus of Nazareth and earned what was then, through the Aramaic concept, the Christ, the enlightened one, the anointed one, and we've come to know him and love him as that. And it has come to pass, as happens in our lifetime for all of us, that there is sent out a decree from the heart that all of the human world of effects be a question or examined for their value. The birth story of Jesus invites each of us to go into our private Bethlehem, our own personal city where none may enter. This is the realm of our human mind, often crowded with random thoughts, confusion, negativity, questions, a state of mind where there has been no peace and hence no room to give birth to the Christ consciousness. It was written in the birth story that your days should be accomplished, as represented by Joseph with your inner strength, and as represented by Mary, the virgin soul of love, carrying the infant of your Christ potential. As you enter into the din of the Bethlehem of your mind and seek shelter in the stable of consciousness that has become your personal center of light. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, wrote about this sacred time. Christmas is here, and again we are celebrating the greatest event of history, the birth of the God-man in the human soul, the incarnation of the living Spirit in you and in me. Jesus was the great example and not the great exception. Everything Jesus taught and everything he did was to provide a lesson for all time that one man with God is a majority. As we light a candle in our minds to his memory and rededicate our hearts to the service of humanity, let us keep this in mind. Jesus was the great lover of people. He was the one who revealed that the heart of the eternal is most wonderfully kind. In this holy light, you bring forth your firstborn, the awareness of the Christ potential in your heart. This new awareness becomes your manger to nurture the power of truth born for you that is traditionally what we know as the Christmas Eve celebration.
Thank you. Now, if you would stand and join me in singing What Child Is This?
You may be seated. Each of us is encouraged to find the human metaphoric stable in our everyday lives by following our own bright star. Then we may reveal our vision, heed the clarion call of love, and sing a song of everlasting faith. And there are In the same country of your mind, the shepherds of your inner flock, which are your intuition and feelings, that keep watch over your thoughts, even in the darkness of ignorance or confusion. And lo, the angel of the Lord, your inner guidance, speaks unto you, and the glory and the truth of your being shines as a great light upon your path. Be not afraid of your intuition, for it speaks of great joy that shall be for all people. For into your conscious awareness this day has been born a saving grace, your Christ consciousness. Please stand again and join us for Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Seated. I'm rather fond of that carol, not because of its beauty, but I think because of its allegiance and alignment in my heart and soul with the film It's a Wonderful Life. How many of you have seen that movie? Well, besides growing up, watching it on television today, we had the privilege to see it on the big screen at the Cinemark, and that's why I am making Angels with bells for Clarence. And I love the beauty of that song even more now after seeing the film. Dr. Howard Thurman wrote in his essay, The Mood of Christmas, Christmas returns as it always does with its assurance that life is good. It is the time of the uplift to the spirit, when the mind feels its way into the commonplace and senses the wonder of simple things, an evergreen tree, familiar carols, merry laughter. It is the time of illumination, when candles burn and old dreams find their youth again. It is the time to pause, when forgotten joys come back to mind and past dedications renew their claim. It is the time of the harvest of the heart, when faith reaches out to mantle all high endeavor and love whispers its magic word to everything that breathes. Christmas returns, as it always does, with the assurance that life is good. The consciousness of God within each of us will be forever cradled within the manger of your own heart. Your intuition and your multitude of feelings shall sing glory to the power of truth through peace and goodwill toward all. And if at some time in your life this inner guidance seems to leave you, and you once again enter into the busy, crowded state of mind, hasten to return to the love and the inner strength which abide within your heart, that which is the birthright of your Christ potential. This awakened consciousness is represented by the city of Jerusalem. And to Jerusalem came 3 kings to pay honor to the Christ child. In our lives today, we recognize these kings as intelligence, wisdom, and knowing, and they arrive to bestow a greater sense of truth. Yet if there is a King Herod within us that rules with our ego mind, we may experience and find opposition to change, or we find we cling to old beliefs or maybe our negative patterns. We may become troubled and seek to gather evidence that this Christ-light does not exist for us. So let us have this story, the Nativity story, be what we learn to follow by following your own inner North Star, the light of truth within, whose source is both eternal and internal, and return again to the stable, your center of light, and offer those gifts which are of spirit. Gold for the richness of life, frankincense for the beauty of life, myrrh for the eternality of life. For when you have experienced the birth of the Christ from within your own being, there is no returning to the life as you knew it before. And henceforth you may live your life in the Christ light that shines with love, light, laughter, and joy, surprises, and maybe even more laughter. Yes. Well, there's a reason that the word light is synonymous with the illumination of candles and incandescent light, and the lightness that we feel in the joy of spirit as we can in song and with fun. And so now again we turn to that inner light and we talk about the symbology of the season of light and the light that we shine from within. So what better way to light our path than with laughter and joy through music? Because no matter which faith or tradition, the idea of illumination as represented by the candle I just lit is the same in this service, the opportunity for each of us to recognize the light that is within us and perhaps rekindle it. The candle that I have lit represents the Holy Trinity, or the three aspects of mind. In religious science, we call this spirit, soul, and body. The candle is made up of three parts: the wick, the wax, and the flame. The wick is the inner part of the candle, running through the center. The wick represents the inner part of man, the soul. The soul is the subjective mind. It is the aspect of mind that actively works towards bringing our thoughts into physical form. The subjective mind is one with universal mind, or the soul of life. It is that common thread that runs through all of humankind, and it is that which connects us to each other. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, wrote in the Science of Mind textbook, "There is one common thread through all religions, that being the idea that there is something, call it God, call it Krishna, call it Buddha, that is all-powerful, all-knowing, and it is everywhere present."
The wax. The wax surrounds the wick and keeps it hidden. The wax represents the illusion of form. It represents the body, or the outer world of effects, the body of affairs. The wax also symbolizes an idea brought into form. As the metaphysical author Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Everything begins with an idea in mind.
The flame represents spirit, or as we know it, first cause, conscious mind, our creator. Spirit is all-knowing, everywhere present, and is all-powerful. It is the highest level of our being. At man's level, God created us in its image and likeness. Therefore, we can create our own reality, our own experience, and yes, even our own destiny through the use and conscious way of our mind. The candle itself is inanimate, but when lit, something magical happens. It becomes alive and animated and beautiful, just like us. It uses all three aspects of its part, the wick, the wax, and the flame, to radiate its light. It is believed that many years ago a new light was born, and it was called the Christ. It was personified as the full potential expression of God in humanity that we know today as Jesus. Dr. Howard Thurman again wrote, "I will light candles this Christmas, candles of joy despite any sadness, candles of hope where despair may keep watch, candles of courage for fears ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days, candles of grace to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire all my living, and candles that will burn all year long."
So it is now time for the offertory. We give our gift consciously with love, with knowing that everything we give is returned unto us. Will the ushers please come forward?
join me in blessing this offering? Most of us know what we usually say is our affirmation. So for those who are guests tonight, you may just listen as we say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I have, and all that I receive. And so it is. Well, such is the case that this is the season of giving and receiving, and has become our custom since I've been here that we like to give you something back on this holiday evening. So now the baskets are going to come back towards you. This time, you get to choose something from it. And this time, I want you to think about what is the quality of God that you would like to birth for the new year. And when you get clear on that, as the basket comes by, draw a piece of paper, and upon that will be a quality of God and an affirmation that we have written for you, that your consciousness has drawn unto you, and that we encourage you to use throughout this year for your spiritual practice. Put it on your dashboard, put it on your mirror, wear it close to your heart, and allow that Christ potential within you to be birthed in that quality. So we're going to pass the baskets for a little while.